All right, now the recording has been started now. So welcome to all the students for this online teaching for the week 11, and the chapter I will start this chapter 14. Are you able to see the chapter 14? 1 minute. Let me okay, now this is chapter 14. Are you able to see?
Yes, doctor.
All right. So this chapter 14 is for equilibrium, chemical equilibrium. I will start this. What actually chemical equilibrium? How you explain chemical equilibrium? Anything, when the two chemicals are you added for a chemical reaction, so from left and right, there's a reactant and the product. So reactant start to react and the product start to form. So react always slowly reduce and product slowly increase. So this is the way for reaction take place from reactant to product formation. So this, look at here, this is on the left hand side on the screen. These are the, yes, hello,
The screen is not fixed.
the screen you are not able to see.
It is just not the full screen is obvious.
Full screen. 1 minute. How is it now?
Yes, it's good now.
Is it okay? So look at here, this one, the reactant from the left side and the product is on the right side. But this is, what is this in equilibrium in the middle? So this, the graph showing to reduce, because this is a reaction rate and this is the time. So by the time the reactant slowly reduce and the product are formed. So actually this reaction is forward reaction. So how the equilibrium set up? This is the equilibrium here. How the equilibrium set up when the forward reaction rate and the reverse reaction rate become equal, that is equilibrium. So this is the product formation, blue line, and the red line is the reactant reduce. This product is produced and reactant is reduced. So this is always showing, and it reach at a certain point where the forward reaction rate is equal to the reverse reaction rate is known as equilibrium. Means the reactant change to product and product change to reactant, and it reached to a certain point. That point is known as equilibrium. Is it clear now? What is equilibrium? How to define?
When Dr. the product is equal to the reactant.
Concentration, don't say like this. The main point, concentration of the reactant is equal to the concentration of the product at a certain point. At that point, the reaction forward and reverse, the rate of the forward reaction is equal to the rate of the backward reaction, right? Is known as equilibrium. The equilibrium is of two types, dynamic equilibrium and static equilibrium. Dynamic equilibrium, it has 3 points. Number one, the reactant molecules continue convert to the product, that I told you. Second, the product continue be converted to the reactant, that is reverse reaction. Third point, the forward and reverse reaction take place at the same rate at equilibrium. It means that the rate of the forward reaction is equal to the rate of the backward reaction is known as equilibrium. Just like if you are weighing anything, right? We have the two for the equilibrium. Just how I can show you, because audio here. Anyway, I will explain. Second is static equilibria. Static equilibria is that occur when all the particles in the reactions are at rest, no change, no dynamically change. Dynamic is that continuously change, reactant to the product. But static equilibria is that there is no change, it is at rest, no motion between reactant and the product. So this is difference between dynamic equilibria and static equilibria. Dynamic equilibria, the change occur within the mixture, keeping the total composition is the same. Composition will be same at that point, at that equilibrium of reactant and product, no change at all. That point is known as equilibrium. But static equilibria, there is no further change taking place. This is no motion at all. It is rest, at rest within the mixture. And the factors that affect the equilibrium: reaction rate, as I explained you in dynamic and static. Now, there are two types of equilibria, dynamic equilibria. Number one, chemical equilibria or physical equilibria. Physical equilibria are those equilibria in which all physical change occur. Physical change, only the change in which there is no change of the composition, only the condition change, whether solid or liquid or gas, right? So suppose the example here, physical equilibrium. This is an example, the liquid water changed to gas. So how you will change this liquid water to gas? You require some heat to give to the water and it's changed to the gas, right? And this two arrow, what does it mean, two arrow?
It can go and come back also.
Reverse.
Yeah, forward and reverse reaction. You are right. So forward reaction and reverse reaction. It means this is the condition of equilibrium. If suppose you will have only one single arrow, what does it mean? Instead of two arrow, if suppose you have single arrow, suppose
irreversible.
Yeah, irreversible, right? So that is not the condition of equilibrium. Remember that. Equilibrium condition always be double arrow showing equilibrium. Means the rate of the forward reaction is equal to the rate of the reverse reaction. At that point, the concentration of all reactant and product will be same. No change at all. Is known as equilibrium. Okay. So the physical change only between the state liquid, solid, liquid, gas. In all physical change, they have the physical equilibria. The second is chemical equilibria. Chemical, a composition is totally, just like example I gave you, burning of the paper. In burning of the paper, you will not get paper back from this burning, right? You will get ash. And from ash, could you make it, could you get paper again? No. So that type of reaction is burning, is chemical equilibrium. Alright, now I will take all the chemical reactions, generally chemical equilibria, designated by two arrows. The rate of the forward and reverse reaction are equal, as I told you the definition of equilibrium. Second, the concentration of the reactant product remain constant. These 2 points are very important that you can write if the question will be asked, define chemical equilibria or equilibrium. So these are the 2 points which is very important to write for the definition of chemical equilibria or equilibrium. Is the same thing. This is the designated, by the graph. Is always here the N2O4 is formed product and the reactant is changed, NO2 is changed, reverse reaction, right? This is the reverse reaction. Here is the product NO2 and reactant N2O4. So this is the product N2O4, now showing here reactant is reduced and the product is going to be increase and increase, NO2. Different way, right? Start with NO2, the dark brown gas is formed. Start with N2O4, colorless gas. And start with NO2 and N2O4, both means same rate. It reduce means reactant change, and same rate the NO2 is formed. NO2 is reduced here because reactant showing here, and N2O4 is formed, that is the green color. So that is a condition for equilibrium, in which the different color you will get at that time. So this is an example showing the different color, dark color, how you get it. So N2O4 is a colorless. When if changed to NO2, it means dark color you will get. Then after some time the NO2 again, NO2 change to N2O4, again colorless you will get, but at a certain equilibrium at the point you get it. Equilibrium constant, how you write for a chemical reaction, because all reaction have their constant. So equilibrium constant, how you write? The gas concentration expressed in molarity, capital M, designated by molarity. So N is the number of moles, V is the liter volume, and equilibrium constant of NO2 and N2O4 vary. That is according to the law of mass action, how we write the chemical equilibrium. These are the formula of chemical equilibrium. K is equal to C to the power C, D to the power D, A to the power A, B to the power B. This is the equilibrium constant for this chemical reaction. That is according to the law of mass action. What is this law of mass action? It states that the rate of the chemical reaction is directly proportional to the product of the molar concentration. And you know this. All right, I want to show something here. Are you able to see this whiteboard?
Yes, doctor.
Yes.
Right. So the law of mass action, when you write, and you will see here these two brackets you will find in this law of mass action, right? These two brackets indicate is the molar concentration, but the big bracket. So you have the concentration of the product of all the product, right, to the raised to the power molar concentration of this product. Either any molar concentration means coefficient. Suppose product to the power concentration, the coefficient we can write here. Coefficient. What is this coefficient? Coefficient means just like 1A plus 3B gives you 4C plus 2D. Suppose you have this type of reaction you have. So you want to write the equilibrium constant K for this reaction according to the law of mass action, that is equal to the concentration of all the product, to the raised to the power coefficient. These are the coefficient 4 and 2. So I will write here the concentration of C, product of C, to the raised to the power 4, and multiply means product, the concentration of B to the raised to the power 2 divided by the concentration of A to the raised to the power 1. These are the actual product. Don't write positive or negative. Always multiplication. Product means multiplication. And to the A and B to the raised to the power 3. So you always write that according to the law of mass action, the concentration of and the product of all concentration of C and D to the raised to the power their coefficient divided by the concentration of the product of A and B to the raised to the power coefficient. So these are the way how to write the chemical equilibrium. Alright, so now this is all about chemical equilibrium. Okay, now where A, B, C, as I told you, and D represent the chemical species, then A, B, C, and D are their coefficient. As I told you, the example I show you, the law of mass action is represented by the following equilibrium expression. This is the concentration, the bracket showing by the concentration showing by bracket indicate the concentration of the species at equilibrium, and K is the equilibrium constant. So this is all about a chemical equation, how to write the equilibrium constant. Now equilibrium constant K for this same thing, right? Same equation I have written like this, and this is based on this chemical equilibrium and equilibrium constant. What is the relation here? If equilibrium constant is greater than 1, it means that the equilibrium lies towards the right. Equilibrium lies towards the right, it means that the reaction will start and they prefer the product. They favor the product. So it means that the reaction forwarded. It means that the reactant change to product. If you will get K is greater than 1. If the equilibrium constant K is less than 1, it means that the equilibrium lies to the left. Left means more product are formed, so change to the reactant. So look at the B part, in which the all products change to reactant, so reactant become more. That is the condition of K is less than 1. The first A condition is K is greater than 1. So remember that the greater than 1 and less than 1, which direction reaction proceed? In greater than 1, reaction proceed forward direction. If less than 1, reaction proceed reverse direction, means the product change to reactant. Any question now?
Clear, Doctor.
All right. Now, writing equilibrium constant expression. So now we have two types of equilibrium, homogeneous equilibria and heterogeneous equilibria. Homogeneous equilibria in which all states are same, like solid, the example I am giving, right? Like liquid, gas, aqueous. If you have two different equilibria, two different states, like solid and gas, like liquid and water, liquid and gas, like aqueous, liquid, so in that is heterogeneous equilibria. So two types of equilibria we studied in this. Number one, homogeneous equilibria. This applies to the reaction in which all the reactant species are in the same phase. Same phase means gases or aqueous. right? Aqueous means what? Aqueous means any compound which is dissolved into water, that means aqueous. Aqueous means water. So how we write this equilibria? This is homogeneous equilibria. So this NO2 to the raised to the power 2 divided by N2O4 to the raised to the power 1. This follows chemical equilibrium. Okay. This is simple concentration denoted by C. Simple concentration. Molarity. If the molarity expressed in terms of pressure, because pressure always indicate molarity. If you increase the concentration or molarity, it means you increase the pressure, right? So it is the similar, but the method of writing is different. When you write in terms of pressure, you will write Kp instead of Kc. How you will write P? Right. Don't write these two brackets. These two brackets indicate the molarity, concentration. But in place of these two brackets, you have to write P, capital P, base NO2 to the raised to the power 2 coefficient and divided by the pressure capital P, and bottom is N2O4 to the raised to the power 1, that is coefficient. So in this way, Kc and Kp. So you remember that both are same, but the express how to write this Kp and Kc, it is a little bit different. So please don't forget it, right? This is very important. The difference between Kc and Kp, how to write. How Kc is equal to Kp, but it never be equal because of some reason. The Kc is not equal to Kp because the partial pressure of the reactant and the product are not equal to their concentration expressed in moles per liter. Whatever the concentration is giving here, that is the same, but the concentration of the pressure is giving here, that is a different. So that's why the Kc and Kp, they are not equal, but they are equal in certain condition. What are these conditions? We will explain here. So we have this formula Kp is equal to Kc to the power delta n. What is actually delta n? Delta n is number of moles of the reactant and the product. Delta means change. How much change? And remember that enthalpy I explained you in chapter 6. What is delta? Remember what is delta? Delta means change. Change of what?
Change
Yeah,
of
so
heat.
change of what? Change of heat from final to initial, right? Final minus initial.
Yes.
Change of temperature, delta T, final minus initial. So
Yes.
this is also, we can say that this is also state function, right? It's always depend final minus initial, not on the condition how to achieve. Anyway, so delta n you calculate B minus A. This is final, and minus A. This is reactant, this is the product. So this is, we can write the moles of the gaseous product minus mole of gaseous reactant. Okay. So this is, the Kp is not equal to Kc, but except in a special case if delta n is 0. If suppose this delta n is 0, then Kp is equal to Kc, R valued 0.0821, T is that Kelvin, but if it is to the power 0, it means it is 1. This
So
total is 1 multiplied by Kc, so Kp is equal to Kc. So the question may be asked, okay, just prove that how this Kp is equal to Kc. So the answer is only, for a chemical reaction, if delta n is equal to 0, then Kp is equal to Kc. That's all. Yes, question please.
Doctor, it will not be Kc equal to 1.
Yeah, Kc is equal to Kc multiplied by 1, so Kc is equal to 1, so Kc is there.
Okay.
Kp is equal to Kc.
Okay.
And delta, how you get delta n is equal to 0? So it means that if you have reactant, I'll show you here. This is suppose we have if I put 2 here, 2N2O4 and 2NO2, so this 2 minus 2, so that is 0, right? In that condition, you can say that delta N is 0, then Kp is equal to Kc. And remember this formula is you never write Kc is equal to Kp, no. Always Kp is equal to Kc multiplied by RT delta N. This will be equal to Kp. This whole values. This is the whole values equal to Kp. Not only equal to Kc in the case if delta N is 0. Otherwise, this is not equal. This is not 0. R value is 0.0821. R T value is 273. Okay, and N value is any one of the either 1, 2, or 3, or maybe -1, -2, -3. So only the condition is if delta N is 0, then Kp is equal to Kc. Alright, now these examples we have here. I think I'm not able to copy here. I'll go. Okay, now look at this example. First of all, you tell me that this example 14.1, write the Kc and Kp if applicable for the following reversible reaction at equilibrium. Kp for all the gases, concentration of the solvent, usually water, does not appear in equilibrium. Generally water, if water is there, because that we consider as a constant, that will not be added into equilibrium expression. Okay, so how you write Kc for this? This is aqueous and water is. Are you able to write? Anybody?
Doctor, can you see on what?
Kc is just, as I told you, that this is equilibrium constant, right? You have to follow law of mass action, which I already taught you in the before three slides.
Yes, yes.
So Kc is equal to the product of all to the raised to the power coefficient divided by the product of all the reactant to the raised to the power coefficient. This is the way to write. The product I will write. Okay, now I will write product. This H3O. I will write this H3O here. Okay, and close this and multiplication. Then I will write this F minus and close this. This, okay, divided by the product of the same reactant here, but this water you will not write in this expression. Only you have to write HF, because the water is a liquid here. The total, all this, in this reaction we consider the water as a base constant, so you will not write water here, just you will write HF to the raised to the power 1. Here in this reaction all coefficients are 1, so no need to write. It's clear now?
Doctor, we write this just the aqueous.
Only aqueous, no need to write liquid. Okay, now go to the second. You have to write all values because all are same, no water here. Okay, so this divided, this is the concentration of, remember that this is P. So how you write? This is Kp. How you write
P.
this? Write P, not the concentration. Just like you have to write capital P. Just write capital P and and NO2. Actually, this NO2 should be down, but this computer is not working. I don't know why. Ah, it's coming now. And this coefficient 2, you have to write this 2 should go up like this. Is it clear now? P divided by the concentration of, means capital P, alright, of NO. This is 2 coefficient, so I will write 2 here, and NO I will write here, just a minute. NO. Okay, so this I will write the bottom here. Yeah, like this. Okay. So in place of the bracket you have to write P, that is means showing concentration. But this is this. Okay, now oxygen, okay, oxygen means this is multiply here, must product, and the capital P, capital P, and oxygen will be in the bottom, O2. So O2 will be down, and now there is a 1 we can write down here on the top, but we never write, but I am showing 1 here like this. So you will not write 1. Never write in chemical equilibrium or chemical equation. Okay, so now this is clear now, how to write Kc and how to write Kp. What about other student? Dr. Ali student, is it clear to you?
Yes, teacher.
Alright, so now this is the third one. See how to write this. You have one liquid water here and other all are aqueous. So you will write for all aqueous, don't write for liquid water. You always constant equivalent to 1 unit, right? Because it's constant. Remember that. Note down this note on your notebook. All right. Now this equation now, the same equation, and we have this is the example. The following equilibrium process has been studied at 230 degrees Celsius. In one experiment, the concentration of the reactant species at equilibrium are found to be, this is the, see the bracket here, the big bracket. So it means explain the concentration Kc, not Kp. The concentration is giving in terms of brackets, so you have to use Kp. If the concentration gives you in terms of pressure, you have to use Kp. Remember that. So these are the concentration of all these is giving here, and calculate the equilibrium constant Kc of the reaction at this temperature. So how you will do that? How you calculate Kc?
The multiplication the product raised to power for the coefficient over the
Right.
over the reactant.
Very good. So the same formula you have to use when you write the equilibrium constant. Just only you put up all the values and calculate Kc. Okay, clear everybody? No need to solve it, right? This is a straightforward reaction.
Sure.
Now, yes.
The square will be in the whole in the down, or for only one?
No, because here too, you have to just to the power 2 to on NO. Here is only 1, no need. Here is 2, so to the NO2 to the raise to the power 2, NO to the raise to the power 2.
Okay.
Alright. Now this is in terms of pressure. So see, the concentration brackets are not giving. The question is giving in atmosphere. Atmosphere means pressure. Clear? So
Yes.
what we will write? Kp is equal to KPCl, K0 PCl3, P, actually we have to write capital P. Okay, just write, I will write here. Kp is equal to the concentration means capital P to the raised to the power PCl3 times, because there is no coefficient here, 1, 1, 1, so 1 never write. P and Cl2, alright, divided by E PCl5. So this is the way to write. Clear? Okay. Just put the values into this formula and calculate Kp. But here you have to remember that the question is different. What is the equilibrium partial pressure of Cl2? So you have to calculate Cl2. So Cl2 is here. So Cl2, how you calculate Cl2? This all value will be come down. You have to set up the new equation. You arrange like this, right? So PCl2 is equal to what? Because PCl2 is equal to what? How you write?
Kb multiplied by PCl over
PCl2 is equal to the PCl3 will come down, right? PCl3 will come down, and Kp will go up, and PCl5 will go up, right?
Yes.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So you have to determine the concentration of Cl2, and you are putting all values. The Kp value is not giving here. Kp value will be giving here, found to be 1.05, right? So Kp value you written here, and just only PCl2 you calculate. Any question now? both concentration I have done. If you write the Kc, how you determine Kc, how you determine Kp, how you determine the simple concentration of any substituents, any concentration of chlorine, we have to determine by these two examples. Another example we have, in which is the manufacturing industrially by reaction this, the equilibrium constant Kc for the reaction is this, and what is the value of Kp at this temperature? You remember the formula Kc and Kp?
Yes.
So the Kc is giving here 10.5, okay, and how you calculate Kp? The value of Kp at this temperature, how you calculate?
Have to convert it to Kelvin, teacher.
Okay, convert it to Kelvin, but what formula you will use?
Kc, I think, equal Kb Vr or RT raised to power delta N.
Yeah, you are right. Very good. So delta N you calculate. So delta N is how much?
The N
2, teacher. I'm sorry.
Calculate, please. Check clearly. What is delta N? How you calculate delta N?
1 minus 3, doctor.
Yeah, 1 minus 3. So 1 minus 3 is how much delta N?
Is 2.
Minus 2. So you have to write minus 2 on the top, right? To the raise minus 2. So 10
Yes.
multiplied by 0.0821 multiplied by 493. 493 is the Kelvin. Whatever the temperature plus 273. So 493 you will get it, and to the raise to the power minus 2. So your answer is 6.41 times 10 to the power minus 3 Kp. So note that the Kp is higher, or how much is Kp is 0.00641. Is the
Small.
dimensionless quantity, yeah, small. Example shows that we can get to the quite difference in the value of the equilibrium constant at the same reaction depending on whether the, I'm just reading the book, the concentration in moles per liter or in atmosphere, doesn't matter. So Kp you will get, simple formula you have to use, Kp you get it now. Okay. Another example we have, suppose this other example, do we have any other example? Yes, let me, no, you don't. Other example is, suppose we have, 1 minute, I will write here. Suppose we have this nitrogen, this nitrogen gas. Nitrogen gas react with PH2. PH2 gas equilibrium gives you 2NH3 gas. These all are gases, it means it is homogeneous. So this is another example we have. In this example, the Kp value is giving. The Kp value is giving 4.3 times 10 to the power minus 4, 4.3 times 10 to the power minus 4 at 375 degrees Celsius. At 375 degrees Celsius. calculate Kc for the reaction. Calculate Kc for the reaction. Alright, who will solve this question now?
First teacher, we find delta T, teacher.
Okay,
Then put it in the power and multiply R with the T.
alright, so what formula you will use?
K P is equal to Kc RT to the power delta N.
Kp is equal to Kc. Kp is equal to Kc. What formula you will use? Hello?
Kc doctor equal to B RT raised to power delta N.
Kc is equal to or Kp is equal to?
doctor, I forgot it.
Huh?
I don't know. Kc,
So
I
tell
think
me the
Kc.
correct. You are with me in the lecture or not?
No, with you,
Why
doctor.
you are saying I don't know? So
I think
Kc
Kc.
is equal to Kp is equal to.
Kp
No, you are
is
wrong.
equal.
Look at
Kp.
back. Kp is equal to not Kc. Because Kp cannot be equal to Kc because RT over there. Because why it is RT over there? Because it is gas. And the gas is, you know, that the R value for the gas is 0.0821 and the temperature is Kelvin. So that RT multiplied by Kc, that is equal to Kp. Kp never equal to only Kc. So never write Kc is equal to Kp. That is only the condition if delta N is 0, then Kp is equal to Kc, otherwise not. So just simply you write Kp is equal to Kc and put all the values. Kp value is written there, Kc you calculate. Okay, it's clear question now?
Clear.
Clear, teacher.
Now this is second one, heterogeneous equilibria. I was talking about only homogeneous, in which all states are same, just like gas is gases, just like aqueous aqueous. If liquid is there, so no problem. You liquid never write in equilibrium constant because that is constant. Remember that. Now heterogeneous. Heterogeneous means two different states. Sometimes solid and gas is there, sometimes solid and liquid is there, sometimes gas and liquid, sometimes solid and aqueous. Two different states are there. Okay, so this is now applies to a reaction in which the reactant and the product are in different phase. Different phases are there, different state. Solid, liquid, and gas. Now, so you will write here the simple calculation Kc prime because these are constant. This solid, you know, when you write down the Kc concentration or equilibrium constant, you never write for solid because solid it will not affect on a reaction. So that's why we write this K prime calcium oxide, carbon dioxide, calcium carbonate, product over reactant to the raised to the power coefficient and coefficients are 1. So there are two things are constant, calcium carbonate constant, calcium oxide constant because they are the solid. So you calculate simply the Kc because this is both are solid. So this for the solid constant Kc prime. So that is equal to only carbon dioxide. And other things, these all are equity. That means one only. equilibrium constant. The concentration of the solid and the pure liquid are not included in the expression for the equilibrium constant. You remember that. Pure liquid, I was talking about the water, and pure solid, I am talking about these solids. Whenever you get in the reaction, you never write in. So simply you write Kp is equal to Kc is equal to concentration of carbon dioxide, because this total solids become unity, constant. So you will write Kp is equal to P carbon dioxide. So this is the way only to write. P carbon dioxide doesn't depends on the amount of calcium carbonate and calcium oxide, because that is solid. It will not affect. How to write? Okay, Kc and Kp. If applicable for each of the following, remember that Kc, you can just note down this place. Kc can be written for any of the reaction. Any of the reaction. Either solid is there, or liquid is there, or gas is there, or aqueous is there, anything. Kc can be written for any chemical equation. But Kp only written if the pressure is there or the gas is there. Pressure means gas. So remember that. Please note down this. Okay, now these are the three examples I have, and just you tell me where you write Kc and where you write Kp. Please tell me now one by one. One time.
First
From
one,
Dr. Ali.
I think Kb.
First one you will Kp.
Yes, because gas.
What about Kc?
Kc for you said, Doctor, solid.
Huh?
All the equation.
Yes, both of them, Kc and Kb. Because Kc
Yeah,
with
both you can write. Kc and Kp you write. Clear?
yes,
First one.
yes.
The second one is
Only Kc.
only Kc. And the third one is
Kc and Kb.
Kc and Kp. So this is the way how to write Kc and Kp, and you should know that. Okay, so could you write for the third one how to write Kc and Kp? Just tell me now. Or you can write on the white blackboard. Okay, just write on the white blackboard, please. Now it is ready. Right here, white blackboard. Are you able to write?
No, doctor, we can't.
Why you can write it here? Last time I display closed caption, setup camera and microphone. Last time the student was writing there. Setting. Draw whiteboard. Yeah, you can write now. You can write now. I already enabled. Try. Let me write the chemical equation here. Kc is equal to P solid and P 6PCl 6Cl2, and the product is 4PCl3. Can I write the here? 1 minute. I will write here. P4 solid plus 6Cl2 gas gives you 4PCl3. 4PCl3 liquid. Suppose this is the reaction now. You have to write Kc and Kp for this. Write down please. In between there is equilibrium here, arrow, equal equilibrium arrow. Come on, do it fast. Right, one student write Kc, another student from Dr. Ali class write Kp. Write small, yeah. I already explained you about the solid, but you don't hear me. Solid never write in equilibrium constant. Solid is unity constant, unit, 1. You never write solid. Why you are writing solid here? You have to write only gas and liquid. PCl3, liquid also, you cannot write liquid because that is constant.
Teacher, in all aquarium, we don't write solid.
Yeah, never write. Liquid and solid you never add into equilibrium constant, as I told you. So only you have to show the gas or aqueous in heterogeneous. That's why you just write down these points, note down. This is very important point. Otherwise, you always doing the mistake. Complete it. Hello? Complete this now. What happened? All right. So everybody is clear this one?
Yes.
All right. Okay, next, consider the following aqueous. This is heterogeneous equilibrium. At pressure of carbon dioxide is giving here. Calculate number 1 Kp and number 2 calculate Kc for the reaction at this temperature. So how you do is, first of all, how you start?
Doctor, we put for Kb for gas.
First you calculate Kp, right? Kp is equal to, for this, because solid you never add, so you will get the pressure of carbon dioxide. So Kp is equal to 0.236 atmosphere, you get it, right? Once you know the Kp, then what formula you will use to get the Kc?
Kp equal to Kc multiply R T delta rest for delta.
Alright, so what the formula you will write? What is delta n? How much here?
Delta n equal to 3 minus 1, which is equal to 2.
Why 3 minus 1? Why?
No, I'm sorry, 2 minus 1.
Huh?
2 minus 1.
Delta n here, this is solid. Solid are never used in calculation. So solid is unity 1, right? So you never add into formula. So here is only 1, carbon dioxide. 1 only you consider. Don't consider solid for delta n. So 1 minus this is 1. That's why delta n is 1. You understand? Solid and liquid never used for delta n also. So 1 you will write, and the temperature will be changed to Kelvin. So you will get Kc in this way. Is everybody is clear this point?
Yes, clear.
Because this calcium oxide and this is both are solid, so delta n you just only carbon dioxide for the gas is 1. You will not you count this solid in both cases. Alright, now suppose we have this chemical equilibrium. Suppose this first is the forward reaction and second one is the reverse reaction. So you will write for forward reaction equilibrium constant, K value you can write. Here it is for K value, Kc you can say, okay, Kc, NO2 to the power 2 to the divided by the reactant N2O4, this is equal to this. For the reverse reaction, you know, this should be 1 over K. You remember that? If it is K, this value automatically 1 over K for reverse reaction. Okay, so remember that. So this is 1 over K. So 1 over K you will write here 1 over 4.63 times 10 to the minus 3. That is 216. So this is the value of the second reaction, because that is a reverse reaction. So when the equation for a reversible reaction is written in the opposite direction, the equilibrium constant becomes the reciprocal of the original equilibrium constant, reciprocal form. So remember that. Writing equilibrium constant expression. This is already I explained you, right? How to write equilibrium constant expression. Now finish. So now, what is this reaction quotient? Up to this slide, we study about the equilibrium constant K. But the QC is not equilibrium constant. The QC is always calculated when the system reach before the equilibrium. Whatever the reaction is carried out, when the system is not reaching to the equilibrium, then if they want to calculate, okay, calculate the concentration of this and this when the reaction occurs. When the system is not at equilibrium, then you have to calculate QC. Is known as reaction quotient, QC. is calculated by substituting the initial concentration of the reactant. Initial concentration, not the system as at equilibrium, and the product, both. Initial concentration of reactant and the product into the equilibrium constant Kc expression you have to write. The same method, same expression you have to write, just like Kc you write, similarly Qc also you will write, but initial concentration, not equilibrium concentration. These 3 points you have to memorize. If Qc is less than Kc, it means that the Kc value is given in the question, and the question is asking for this chemical equation when the system is not reached at equilibrium. So what will the value of Qc? So the Qc value you have to determine the same method, same way of equilibrium constant, same formula you have to use, law of mass action. Qc is equal to the concentration of the initial concentration of the product to the raised to the power coefficient divided by initial concentration of the reactant to the raised to the power coefficient, that is Qc. So that is the initial concentration you have to write. That if you get the Qc value, then you compare this value with Kc value. If you are getting the Qc value is less than Kc, the first point, the system proceed from left to right. It means the system is forward direction. It means left to right means the reactant change to product. If the Qc is greater than Kc, third point, it means that Qc value is greater than Kc. If you are getting, it means the more product are there. So it means the right to left, the reaction will proceed from product to reactant. It means more product is formed, less reactant, so product change to reactant. So it means the reaction is reverse. In the case if you get Qc is greater than Kc. If Qc is equal to Kc, it means the system is at equilibrium. So the Qc only you determine by using the law of mass action formula, same formula for Kc, but the question is determine the Qc when the system is not reached at equilibrium. Once the system is at equilibrium, it means you will not calculate Qc, you have to calculate Kc. But here you have to determine Qc and compare with Kc, and you decide whether the reaction is proceed forward direction or reverse direction or equilibrium. Okay. Suppose we have this example. At the start of reaction, there are this much of mole of nitrogen is hydrogen is giving, ammonia is giving. Now in a reaction vessel, the total is 3.5 liter container. If the equilibrium constant Kc for the reaction is 1.2, decide whether the system is at equilibrium. If not, then predict which direction reaction proceeds. It means that they are telling in this question here which direction reaction proceed, either forward direction or backward direction. It means the system is not equilibrium. So what do you do first? Tell me now. What you will calculate? When the system is not at equilibrium, so what you calculate?
Calculate QC.
QC. Because system is not at equilibrium, so you have to calculate QC and use the same formula of Kc, same law of mass action formula, because all concentration are given here in the moles per liter, right? Molarity. But here one thing you look at here, all these gases contain in 3.5 liter. So is it the molarity, moles per liter? What do you do? Hello? What what you calculate, because it should be moles per liter, but this is not moles per liter here. All concentration are given here in different, in a container that the capacity of this is 3.0 liter. How you calculate per liter? Because molarity should be per liter. Hello?
وتك الراس بلوك.
Hello? So what you do to calculate in per liter first?
We divide دكتور by
Nobody knows? Divided
divide by
by divided by 3.5 liter. So all the values of nitrogen and hydrogen and ammonia divided by 3.5 liter first, you determine the new concentration, that is per liter. Because that is written here per liter, you have to determine molarity is in per liter, moles per liter. That value you put into the formula, and the formula of, you have to write the same formula of QC equal to the concentration, because this is molarity. So bracket you have to write the concentration of this NH3 to the raised to the power 2, okay, divided by the concentration of N2 multiply the concentration of H2 to the raised to the power 3. So this is the way to write the QC, because initial concentration you will not write KC, remember that. Then you calculate. So you will get, after putting all the values, the new concentration you have to put. What are the new concentration? How you get the new concentration? Yeah, divided by 3.5 liter. So this all values, all concentration divided by 5 liter to get molarity, moles per liter, That value you put it into the formula, that equal to, you will get QC value, you will get it. This is 14.8. Example. So QC value you will get 0.611. 0.611, right? Now you have to compare this value with KC. How much KC?
1.2.
1.2. So KC is 1.2. So now what is the relation you get it here? QC is greater or less than?
Less.
Less. So which direction this reaction proceed? Forward direction or reverse direction?
Forward.
Forward direction. Because it is less. Yeah, left to right. Very good. QC is less than KC. It means that reaction proceed forward direction. Forward direction. It means that reactant change to product. Reactant change to product. Any question, please ask me now. If not clear, before doing all this question, you have to read question 2 or 3 times. Then you decide what formula you will use and what is the question is asking. Hello?
Clear, Doctor.
Clear.
Clear, everybody? All right. So I'll move to other part, other slide. This, this is a calculation is here. Now look at here. The new concentration divided by this liter, you will get it, and that new concentration you put into it, you will get 0.611. In that way, you will get it. Okay. Now, the main part of this chapter is because how to determine the equilibrium concentration. At equilibrium, how to determine that, because the reactant change to product, and how I don't know exactly how much reactant change to product. So we consider for that change of the reactant to the product, we consider is X. That X, we suppose this is X is the concentration of reactant, we get it. Then X we will consider as the reactant, and we calculate X in the later on. So you have to use ICE table. You remember ICE table? I already show you that. I will show you here ICE table. What happened is so this should be there. Suppose this question we have a mixture of 0.5 mole of hydrogen and iodide in place 1 liter stainless steel flask. Okay, this is 1 liter, so no need to divide it by anything. Divided by 1, so you will get most liter. Equilibrium constant Kc for the reaction is giving 54.3 at this temperature. Calculate concentration of H2I2HI at equilibrium. So you have to determine this concentration, all 3 concentration at equilibrium. So we don't know that how much iodide and how much hydrogen is reduced and how much 2HI is produced. So we consider is X. We consider X of I2, X of H2, and X for 2HI. So that we use ICE table to determine this. This is the solution here. We follow the procedure, calculate the equilibrium concentration, step 1. So we write ICE table. What is this ICE table? ICE table means initial, change, and equilibrium. Initial is all giving 0.5 H2, 0.5 I2, and 2HI is the product. So in the initially, the reaction not yet start, so you will get 0 product. Okay, 0 product, no change. Then how much change? So we consider this X, suppose this hydrogen, from hydrogen X is reduced, but that is indicated by minus X. Similarly H2, I2, minus X. Suppose X is reduced. And now how much product are formed? So we always consider plus, because product is increasing. So we always use plus. and the coefficient whatever we have, it is 2 times. So this is, suppose x time is reduced, so this is 2 time of x. The product is actually, this is 2 time of I2 and H2. So that's why it is 2. So you always write 2x.
If I have 2H2, do I have to write minus 2x?
If you write 2 is minus 2x here. Whatever coefficient you have to write.
Okay.
Alright? So that will become plus 2x. So now you have to write this value here. Change equilibrium how much? X is reduced from 0.5. Like at equilibrium 0.5 minus x. At equilibrium 0.5 minus x I2, and now this becomes 2x. So these three information you have to put in chemical equilibrium, that is law of mass action formula. Okay, so now I will write this law of mass action formula here. Hi to the power h2I2, and now put 2x square. This is the, look at here, because this is 2x, right? And square means that is, the square is from the coefficient. So now this you have to write. Taking the square root of 1, you will calculate x value. 2x, and this is the 7.37, this is 54.3. So you will take a square root of both sides. The square is removed from the right, and the square you will take from 54.3. You will get 7.37. And x value you get it. So it means this much of concentration is reduced from Hi and from I2, and you add this 2 Hi, so 2 multiplied by this, you will get product. Now you this here. So at equilibrium, the concentration are this minus this, you will get 0.107. The concentration of I2, this minus this, you will get, because this is the x value. This is x value, right? 1.0, but here is 2 into x. So x value you get, you multiply by 2, that is 786. So in this way, if the question we ask, determine the concentration at equilibrium, so you have to calculate, use the ice table. Please ask me a question about ice table. This is very, very important. Ice table. Hello?
We didn't see what you write.
1 minute. I did not write here. I put x here. These slides, are you able to see or not?
No, we
Slide
can't see.
14.9.
Yes, we
So,
can see.
Yeah,
No, yeah, we can see now.
yeah. So
Can
this is
you
x I
repeat?
put it, because this x value. You want, yeah. What do you want to repeat? Which slide? Which page number? 27? Which one you want to repeat?
Before this, the page before this.
This one
Yes.
or this one?
No,
Yeah,
after
So this is the ice table. I told you.
Okay, what's after
So,
that?
Is there
from where you get 0.5?
0.5 is in the question now. Read question. This is written here very clear.
Okay.
Read question first, please. 54.3 Kc is giving. This reaction is giving, and this is per liter. So the concentration will be same, because you will not divide anything. Divide by 1 moles per liter. Okay, so calculate the concentration of H2, I2 and Hi at equilibrium. So you have to calculate concentration of all all gases at equilibrium. So you have to write for that I stable, because you don't know how much is reduced and how much is produced.
Teacher, always
So we consider this as
the reactant always
okay,
X
okay,
is
okay.
minus.
Always minus, because the reactant always reduce means minus, and product always increase means addition, plus.
Mm.
So in this way you have to write first table ICE, initial, change and equilibrium. Change is minus x because there is no coefficient here, one coefficient, and here is one coefficient. So I will write minus 1x minus 1x. If any coefficient is 2 or 3, so you have to write by 2 or 3x here. Just like 2hi. So 2hi, how much is increased? 2 times, double. So we have 2x. Right? So this is the last equilibrium condition you have to write. You have to write this in equilibrium expression.
Teacher,
Yes.
teacher, why the sign for X is negative?
Sign for x is what?
It's negative, teacher, for
What is your
the
question?
hydrogen. Why it's negative for the hydrogen and iode?
Okay, now tell me that this hydrogen and iodide is reduce or increase in this case. My reactant change to product, my friends. So reactant always reduce.
Oh, okay.
Product always increase.
Okay, teacher.
So reactant reduce, the reduction means minus. Increase means plus. That's all.
Okay.
Alright. Now the equilibrium values you have to put into this formula. The same law of mass action. Hi to the raised to the power 2, H to the raised to the power 1 product, I2 to the raised to the power 1. And put this formula, the Kc value is giving here, and this all is square. So you will take the square root from both sides. So this square is gone, and now you will get 7.37 x value you calculate. So this x value you subtract from the initial concentration, that is I is to 0.5 minus x equal to this. 0.5 minus x is equal to this. So this is 2 into 0.2 into x. So these are all concentration which is left over at equilibrium. So the product is 786 and only reactant are left 0.107, 0.107. Clear?
0.393, teacher. From where you get it?
You are not looking the slide, my friend. What is this here? Are you able to see the slides?
Oh, yes, I see.
Where are you? Please, you should be focused.
Okay.
It is very clear here, and I am repeating 2 times, 3 times. This is x calculated. Why we consider x? X we calculated here. Alright, so now this almost is complete. This one. This is another equation now we have. In this case, there is a different little bit change this question now. The K value is already there, same is written here in example 14.9. Suppose that initial concentration of all these things written here. In the previous example, initial concentration of only H2 and I2 is given. 2HI is not giving, right? Yes or no, please tell me the answer. Only
Right.
the concentration of only 2 things are giving. So this reaction automatically is carried out forward reaction because there is no back formation, right? So automatically the reaction is forward direction. Reactant change to product. Okay, but in this case, all values of H2, I2 and HI are giving, so we don't know which direction reaction proceed, because all three values are giving. If all three values are giving, so we cannot say whether reactant change to product or product change to reactant. So calculate the concentration of these species at equilibrium. So what do you do in this case? Because all three values are giving, so what do you do in this case? Hello? Anybody tell me now what we do in this case? Because all values are giving. So first of all, we should know that which direction reaction proceeds, what we calculate. You remember that QC I already explained you. If which direction reaction proceeds, so we don't know that whether it is forward direction or backward direction, because all three values are giving. So first of all, you will calculate QC and you will decide whether it is forward direction or reverse direction. So for QC, you will put all the values. You will calculate 19.5 QC value, and KC is giving 54.3. So in this case, if you calculate the QC, if you calculate QC is equal to 19.5. How we get 19.5? Anybody can tell me? Why we calculate QC here? Hello? Hello?
By the concentration, teacher?
Yeah, because all concentration are giving values here. So we have to put this all in the formula. QC is equal to, just like the
Yes.
KC formula. So
Product
you
over
calculate
reactant.
this all, yes, product over reactant. You will, so my question is, we have calculated now, so we got 19.5. So this 19.5 is less than the value of KC is giving, that is 54.3. It means that what? It means the reaction is
Forward.
forward reaction. So it means this is very clear. This is the reactant and this is the product now. So now you will calculate Kc value by IS table. So you will calculate the Kc. You have to write now Kc formula by IS table, and how you will put IS table now. Let me check, is the IS table here? No. One minute. I will just show you. 1 minute. Okay, this is the example now. Is it clear now? Is it able to see now? This slide?
I can't see.
You cannot see?
No.
I can't see, teacher.
Yeah. So now this is QC you calculate. QC is equal to 19.5. And now KC is giving 15.3. So now this is less than this. So it means the reaction proceeds from left to right. So it is simple reaction, right? Left to right until the equilibrium is reached. So that there will be a yes.
There is no, there's nothing, teacher. See nothing.
Black screen.
Yes.
Oh, black screen. Black screen. Are you able to see? No, 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, are you able to see now?
Yes.
Alright. So this is all about the QC you calculate, because first you have to decide whether reaction is proceed left to right or right to left. Now it has been decided that is because QC is less than KC, so it reactant first finish and product are formed. Then we have to just write down the ice table like this. So H2, I2 and 2HI, the same reaction, but the values are giving here. So we consider this change minus x, and this becomes 2x, the same thing, but here is equilibrium is different now. This minus x, this 0.0224 plus 2x, because this already concentration is giving here. Is it clear? Because this will be added here. Now these values you can put into the formula. The Kc is equal to this over this. You put all these things. But here is not the square root. You cannot take it because we have different values. If we have the same value, the bottom one is same value or the top one, so then we can take square root of the both sides. So this here, in this way, we have to determine the quadratic equation we have to use. You multiply this by this, like this cross multiplication, and then you calculate the x value. And this x value you have to write by using quadratic equation. This is the way how to write the quadratic equation. You know the mathematics. Like this, we consider all this minus b. This is here. Take the plus minus square. B square minus 4ac divided by 2a, x value you calculated. And these all values, so a is equal to 50.3, b is equal to this concentration, c is equal to this concentration. This is written there, this one, this, and 0.654 and 8 plus 98, like this. So that this value you put into this formula, x value, you will get two things. There are two value of x, you get it. So this one is very small and other one is 0.0114 x value, and this is 0.00156. So just you tell me that on one thing, this x value is reduced. Okay, now x value we have, suppose 0.00623, right? 0.00414. So this x value you will get it. Which one will be suited for that? Is 0.014 is reduced from there, or 0.00156 reduced from the initial concentration?
بس أنا كاد وين teacher.
How do I know? How can I know?
Okay, I'll show you again. Oh yeah, I show again. Your initial concentration of H2 is 0.00623. I2 is 0.0414, right? and you will get x value. There are two x value you will get. So which one will be suited for that? Means subtraction. Means how much x is reduced. So which one is possible? Either this value is possible or the first value is possible from there. Not clear.
No.
Look at here. This is 0.0114. Is it increase or decrease the value of the initial concentration? This is 0.00623. Which one is increase? Is more?
63.
0.0114.
Yeah, 0.0114 is increase. So how come is minus x is possible from here? How come this minus x is possible from this? You have 0.623, right? How you will get 0.0114 from 6 to 3? Because this is already less. Already less, right? So only the second value you get it. This one is possible to reduce from there. 0.00156. This is only the possible value from the 0.023 is possible because the greater than this. But this value is still greater than that, so that is not possible. Hello?
Okay, clear.
You have to, because this is smaller than initial concentration, so this is only possible. This much of x is reduced from there. But this is still, higher than that. That is not possible. So one of them you will consider. This is only the value 0.00156. You will get it, and now you look at here 0.00623 minus 0.00156. That value you will get at equilibrium. This same minus this. This is x value as I told you last time. This is x value. So now you will get this, and now this is this plus 2 into this. So whatever in at equilibrium, all the values are there. You have to add x value, whatever x you calculate in calculation, and that will be your equilibrium at concentration. These all concentration of all these values at equilibrium. So this is now finished here chapter. I reduced this whole chapter. I reduced only up to 39 slides. After that, we have 45 or 60 slides. I made it reduce. Any question you can ask me now, please.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this, and this I will put on the blackboard. This reduced slides, and then you remember that only this one up to only 14.10. This is not in the course now. The factor equilibrium 14.5 don't study. Okay, you write the note only up to example 14.10. Up to 14.10. If any question is you want to clarify it, please ask me now. You go back, I will explain again. Now the time already done. Now time is 12.
Teacher. Mr. Muhammad.
Yes.
Do we have lab today?
Yeah, today lab section 1, 2 o'clock.
Yes.
2 o'clock.
Teacher.
Yes. Tell all your.
You said no lab on week 10 and 11 and 12.
No. I did not say like that. No lab, but review is there. I told you.
But no
lab review.
Only
no lab report, nothing. Only review. Only lab review. You should know that. Okay. What the final exam, how you will do.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ham.
So you please tell of all students of your section, please. There is a lab review today. What you do in final exam.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
And I explain all the experiments one by one.
Okay.
Because you have done this all experiment long back. You forget all experiment now. I will repeat all experiment one by one, so at least it is review.
Teacher, Tarek,
Okay, go ahead, please.
there is a section lab at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, today is a lab review.
Lab review.
Review of all experiment, because the lab, yes, because lab, no experiment will be done. In place of experiment, we will take the quiz exam of all the experiment. So we have to
Yeah.
review each experiment one by one today, one
Oh,
by
so
one,
start.
and the lab exam will be, huh?
So we will review all.
Pardon?
Okay,
We have to
thank you very
review, yeah, this week and next week, because the lab exam will be in week 14.
Oh, so
Week 14. So we will review not more than one or two lab today, and one or two lab next week, and one or two lab next, because total labs we have six experiments. So every time, every week, we have to review clearly, and I will put around 15 questions from each experiment, around 3 questions. The total 15 in 1 hour will be given to you to solve this quiz of the lab experiment.
uh-huh. Okay.
And you know that all lab experiment you already have in your hand, because I already returned to you. So you should go through that, the discussion question and the assignment questions. Any question will be asked from the booklet only, from the exam, from the report sheet. Okay,
Okay.
so don't worry about that.
About the class today, if I come to the lab today, should I come tomorrow?
Theory class?
Yeah. No, the lab.
Theory class? No, lab. Tomorrow we don't have lab. Today I have lab.
Okay.
Tomorrow I don't have lab. We have lab on Tuesday.
Only
Tuesday and Wednesday
Tuesday.
and Thursday. So
Okay,
if you, I don't know whether, but this is the problem. I don't know whether I register your name today, or I register your name on Sunday or Tuesday or Wednesday. We don't know that. You should know yourself. Which lab you are?
Okay. Thank
Which
you,
lab
teacher.
you are? Which section?
Yeah, for this section, I think there is a lab 2 o'clock.
Yes. So you only register for this. You cannot come on Tuesday unless I register your ID for that lab. If you want to come Tuesday, I will put your ID on Tuesday. You can come. No problem.
No, it's okay. Today it's fine.
All right.
Thank
So
you,
if
teacher.
any, all right, no problem. If any student want to attend any other lab, so I will register your ID into different days. Otherwise, you cannot see on the, on the
I am
blackboard.
from Mr. Ali's lab.
Yeah,
Can
no
I-
problem. No problem. You can attend, because all things are same. Everything is same for Dr. Ali and Dr. Tariq. Everything is the same. Only
So I
the final exam you submit to your teacher.
Okay, thank you so much.
Anything for the final, for the theory exam? Anything you want to? So tomorrow I have a review. Tomorrow at 9 o'clock I have a review. 9 or 9:30. You can come for review of theory class, because you have take-home exam this week. You know when we have take-home exam? You guys? When?
Wednesday?
Wednesday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I gave you 12 hours to study, 12 hours for exam to submit it. Don't delay it. You have enough time. 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
How many questions?
And how many questions? There are some multiple choice question and some are subject. Some questions are definition or calculation. 7 to 8 question or 9 question like this. Not much. But you have enough time. Enough time. That is only for 2 hours, but I give you 12 hours. I gave you 12 hours to submit.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you.
Don't delay it. You have to submit on time. You have to submit by Blackboard. Okay. First preference, submit by Blackboard, and you have to read the instructions. I already written the instructions on the announcement. I have written on the Blackboard. Did you go through that?
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah, so that instructions I have written here, and as well as I have written the same instruction on the exam paper, on the cover page. When you open the exam paper, then you will see the instructions. So please go through instruction in a proper way and carefully you read it. Then you start the exam paper. And return this exam paper to your teacher on the Blackboard first. If you are not able to you are not able to send or upload on the Blackboard, then you will send this exam paper to your teacher by email. But you should call first. Sir, I am not able to upload this exam on the Blackboard, so I want to send this exam on your email address. Alright, so you should call me first either by phone or you should send an email. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher. Thank you very much.
So don't miss tomorrow class. Tomorrow is the review. Start from 9:30 to 10:30. There's only 1 hour.
Okay. From to 10, right?
I will start 9:30. Don't worry.
Okay.
1 hour. Alright, so now I'm going to stop this recording. If you miss any chapter thing in this chapter 14, you can check your recording, right? You will see what I said, what I discussed with you, okay? So now recording I am going to